Well, the world of finance is its own jungle. There's so much information available that it can be hard to get an idea of how to best invest your money. However, there is a new book that can help Catholics learn how to wisely and faithfully invest their money. And Chris McMahon, the author of Faithful Finances, joins us now. He's also the founder of Aquinas Wealth Advisors. Chris, great to be with you, my friend. I know you said part of the reason that you wrote this book is to respond to woke corporate activism. Tell us more about that.
Tracy, it's interesting. For years they told us in the investment world, I had a secular firm, do not discuss politics, do not discuss faith. And I think where that got us, even though we became super Catholic. Over time, my bride and I became so involved with Legatus at the highest levels and the Sisters of Life and all these other things we're doing. I realized my business was still siloed and I was still silent about this important issue. And I think my bride, Molly, and I both came to the conclusion at the same time, we can't remain silent about this as this kind of wacko social activism that kind of was cooked up in the teacher's lounge at Middlebury. All of a sudden, it's coming into the boardrooms. And these corporations, not only are they doing things that are contrary to our faith, they're actually condemning us for having this faith that's important to at least half the country. We said we can't do this any longer. We started the company that does faith-based investing, develops some technology, and ultimately that's where the book came from.
Yeah, that is amazing. And I know your first chapter, it deals with writing a family mission statement. Explain to us more about that and why that's so important.
It's such a good question, Tracy. The important thing is the fact we have to understand what's important to us. There are families that'll come in. We had a family that just the other day that was in the conference room. We said, "What's the most important thing to you?" And the husband said, "No debt." And the wife said, "The children's education." That's a pretty big disparity, right? Because in order to pay for the children's education, in his mind, he was saying, we don't want to pay for the children's education at the detriment of, to having any kind of debt. And the wife was saying very clearly, our first responsibility is to educate the children. That we find that over and over and over again, particularly with people of faith. We're finding people in different places in their journey, perhaps, and we see it even more so when people have different faith traditions, outside marriages. And we also see it with a kind of a lukewarm Catholic and then an on-fire Catholic. But the great news is when we write this family mission statement, what it does oftentimes, we find common ground. It pulls these people together and gives them a common goal and mission. And then we can develop a roadmap to really have our values reflected in our financial plan.
I want to ask you this. I know you're really passionate about this. What do you hope, though, people gain from reading your book, especially couples?
Great question. I think ultimately, couples get a peace of mind that they're doing the right thing. So often people just feel so lost because they feel like they're doing the wrong thing. And when they feel lost, they have a tendency to turn away from the church, turn away from God. If, however, they know there's a pathway to get closer, it brings them closer to God, which is beautiful. And also, I think people are embarrassed, and we want that embarrassment to go away. And ultimately, Tracy, we want to change the world because we write corporations and say, we are forced to sell your stock because your company is paying for this, or your company. Tracy, I can't tell you how many Catholic organizations and individuals are investing in pornography unknowingly. And I mean, really supporting it, investing in it in a big way. And we want to stop the degradation of women. The dignity of the person is so important. And, we're all creating God's image. And we as people, as leaders, and you do such, I want to salute you for the beautiful job you do as a leader in the church. We have to say, this is it. Something's important to us. This is critically important, and we will win this. We are winning it now, Tracy.
Yeah, and thank you for shedding the light on all this, Chris. Before I let you go, tell folks where they can find this book.
So you can find it on Amazon. Now, I just found out today we were the #1 self-help Catholic book on Amazon, which we're pretty happy about. So it's on Amazon. It's our good friends at Sophia Press published the book, and they can look on our website, AquinasWealth.com, because we have a link to the book is there as well.
Well, that is wonderful. Congratulations, and God bless you, Chris. We really appreciate you coming on and sharing this with us.
God bless you. Thanks so much.